Phoenix family to One-Footed Phoenix. For many years, I have been a medical mystery because of a condition called CRPS, or Complex Regional Pain Syndrome. CRPS is what eventually caused me to amputate my leg.
CRPS is the most painful condition known to exist right now. And with CRPS being such a painful condition, there is no cure for it. Just treatments that might, maybe, give you a chance at remission. But the odds aren't very good for any of the treatments that exist for CRPS right now. As you might know, I've been part of a medical experimental study for CRPS using a family of medications called bisphosphonates. Bisphosphonates are a medication that is typically used for like osteoporosis, but in a study it was being used in Italy for CRPS, and that is where my doctor got the idea to try the bisphosphonate infusions on myself and on a group of other patients who also experienced CRPS. At one point, my doctor did want me to look into going to Italy to receive this treatment. However, shortly after that, the COVID pandemic got pretty bad and went worldwide shortly after that, and then I ended up going the amputation route to try to force my leg into CRPS remission. Well, it has kind of forced my leg into CRPS remission. On one hand, I still do have some CRPS symptoms where my leg that remains is still really quite sensitive at the bottom, and that is also an issue for trying to wear my prosthetic because it makes any sort of compression around the end of my limb just extremely painful. So because the phantom pain in my remaining limb is still quite severe and still is to a degree debilitating, he started researching ways that we might be able to attack the small symptoms of CRPS that are still remaining in my leg. And when he was researching, he found that he might be able to find a similar medication that was similar enough to what was used in Italy that it might actually work. And he did find a medication that had been working really quite well up until the point that we ran into supply chain issues. And so I was getting pamidronate, which is a type of bisphosphonate, and unfortunately we can't get that medication anymore. And since we haven't been able to get that medication anymore, he tried to give me a different one. I think it was called like zoledronic acid or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but the name was something close to that. And unfortunately, that one that he'd been giving me for a couple months, like the last time that he tried to give it to me, it did absolutely nothing. So that brought me around to the point where I am now, where the medication isn't working, and my only hope of having any sort of pain management at the moment is to be on very high-powered opioids, unfortunately. And I hate being on opioids. Like, they make me feel weird, they have a lot of side effects, they have some addictive qualities as well. So I don't like the fact that I have to be somewhat reliant on these strong opioid medications to just manage the pain and keep me from like screaming every single night in pain. But when you are experiencing the level of chronic pain that I have experienced, you do what you have to do to manage it. As of right now, I'm currently having a lot of frustrations with my pain management doctor that is still pushing for a spinal cord stimulator. The reason that he's pushing for a spinal cord stimulator is because he thinks that it's gonna be like pretty much the only option they have left to try and treat the phantom pain in CRPS. But the problem is that the social proof for a spinal cord stimulator just doesn't exist. Yeah, sure, it works on a few CRPS patients, but it doesn't work on the vast majority of CRPS patients. And not only does it not work on the vast majority of patients with CRPS, but getting a spinal cord stimulator requires multiple surgeries. It's not just a one and done surgery. It's like they put it in and then like 10 years later they have to do another surgery to replace the battery, and you have to have it programmed all the time, and like you can't ride certain roller coasters, and like it's a pain going through the airport. And so like there's a lot of complications in life that come with having a spinal cord stimulator, even if it works for you. But if those leads move even like a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, the whole device stops working. And that's what scares me so much about trying to get a spinal cord stimulator, is that even if I get one and it's working well, and then like something happens and those leads move, that's another surgery, and that's even more risk of the CRPS spreading throughout my entire body. So I mean, honestly, like, I haven't been motivated to put in a spinal cord stimulator. And then on top of all of that, I still have a lot of medical PTSD because I went through the most painful condition known to the medical world. And because I went through the most painful condition known to the medical world, a lot of times doctors didn't even believe me that I was in pain. Because, like, I can look fine, but I can be screaming on the inside. And that's what's so frustrating about chronic pain, is that you can function at a high level of pain and they're just like, oh, you're not screaming. You're not at a level 10 pain. Bye! You know, or they just treat you like you're seeking drugs, and that's not the truth. The truth is that you're seeking treatment that works. And the truth is that a lot of us with CRPS are pretty desperate to get out of the hell that it causes. So the whole thing about the spinal cord stimulator, it's pretty frustrating because, I mean, I amputated my leg so that I didn't have to go the option of the spinal cord stimulator, and also I never felt like the spinal cord stimulator was the solution for me. I have been having some pretty major frustrations with feeling like my progress with my prosthetic and my progress with pain management and pain control has been rapidly declining since I haven't been able to get the proper medication through this IV medication study, and it's pretty discouraging when I was able to go to school last semester, and now this semester when I'm trying to put more focus on my business and on YouTube and on content creating, I haven't been able to do that a lot because my health has been like complete trash lately. And yeah, like it is scary knowing that things may or may not get a whole lot better than they are now, and looking towards my future knowing that like we don't know if the pain's going to get better than it is now. If you've made it this far in the video, I wanted to let you know that you may be missing a lot of posts and great content that is exclusive to those other social media platforms. For example, there's a lot of shorts that I've been posting over on Instagram, and then there is like a lot of just other posts that get posted to both the Facebook page and Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing this content and following my journey even more so than you do through YouTube, I definitely would appreciate it if you'd go and follow me on the Facebook page or on the Instagram profile. And both of those can be found by searching my name, One-Footed Phoenix, and you can also find the links to those profiles in the description of this video down below, and there will be a heading that says social media profile links. And that is where you can find those links to follow me on social media. So realistically, what does the future hold for trying to treat this intense and crazy phantom pain that I've been having? We're trying to get another medication in the bisphosphonate family for me to try, but I still haven't heard back from the doctor's office, so I don't know if they've been able to get it yet. And then second is just working with the pain management doctor. As much as I hate working with pain management clinics, it's kind of a necessary evil at this point. Alright, so this video might have been a bit of a downer, but the main point that I want you to take away from this is that there isn't enough research out there for people with CRPS. The only way we can change that is to raise awareness for the condition of CRPS. Thank you so much for coming and watching this video all the way through. It means a ton to me as the creator that you're spending time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with me. If you would like to see another one-footed phoenix video, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you! Bye!